Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft survival video. This is episode 42, at least I think it is. I haven't looked in about 2 weeks. But yeah, this is... obviously, do you know what we did last time? We were in the creative version and we designed an evoker farm for my farm project, which I'll show you how that's going in a second. But I'm starting on my storage room because I've done so much work in the last 2 weeks. Like, yes, I've been on Sims a little bit, but there's not much I could do on there except, resurrect some Sims. But I'm one step close to that as I've got everything I need, sort of. But I spent most of my time on Minecraft because that's where most of the time would have to go, because I had so many projects to sort of do, because I had loads of small ones, so I decided to sort of do them. But also I had some bigger ones that I need to prepare for this farm project, so I've also done that. So you know what, I'm just gonna dive in and show you what I've done. And I'm starting at my storage room because, as you noticed, there is a big old tunnel here now. I'll let this do its thing. So as you can see, I've built a tunnel because, if you don't remember, I had a portal at my base as well, but the two portals kept sort of colliding with one another. And by that I mean, sort of every time I load up the game, I tried to go through to the storage room, but it would keep bringing me here, so it means I'd have to go to my witch farm, I'd have to break this portal, go to my witch farm, and then go to my storage room through there. So I just thought, you know what, just scrap this, get rid of this, scrap it all, delete it, get rid of all the obsidian, and just build a tunnel. So that's what I've done. I've now got a tunnel from my base to my storage room. It's not actually too far away, which is that good. So now I can get here, no worries. So I can use the portal to get to my base as well. And there's a few more little bits as well. And also an update about the red shulk box. I have found it. Basically, when I just after I finished the Guardian project, I threw everything in the chest on the second layer. And yeah, it was up there. It was in that chest. So yeah, I've done that. And I don't know if I showed you this, but I probably have. But yeah, everything's now jungle wood. So all the, whatever you call them, I can't think of the name. Buttons and fences and everything like that. Well, not fences, pressure plates, buttons are all now storage powered. Then in here, have I got anything in here? No. And yeah, I've went resource gathering quite a bit. I've got a whole lot of iron, a whole lot of coal, and lapis and gold and stuff. And this is actually perfect because I need to show you what else I've done. I brought the skeleton horses over, so I've got one, Dilsy's got one, and the third one's gone to someone else on this world. So that's alright. I had 3. There was meant to be 4, but I accidentally killed one and fighted them off. So I thought I'd bring them over as well. So now I've got all these, and I haven't told you their names, have I? I want to name tag these one day. So we've got Ghost, the horse up here. Then we've got Heather, the donkey. Then we have Sebastian, the mule. And then we have Bernard, the skeleton horse. Yes, I know, Bernard, Sebastian, Heather and Ghost. And I also want to have a horse here called Shadow. And then I want to have maybe these 2 clear for when people visit my base. By horse. Although horse is sort of useless because we've got elytras. Yeah, let's sort of hop down here and see what I've done, because you can probably notice I've done quite a bit of lighting up. And yes, right now I am on peaceful because I'll show you in a second about what I've been doing in the last few weeks. But I've been incredibly busy. I lit up all this. I didn't light it all up, but I've lit up the majority of it. So I've lit up all this, and this goes all the way down to there, through the other side of the river. And if you're wondering how I've got the conduit power, then I'll show you what else I've done through here, because I've done quite a bit of work with conduits. because, I decided this area saw like a nice little lake. So why don't I pop down a few conduits? So I've got one right under here, like directly underneath this ground. I've got a conduit. And then if I follow the river, like right out here, I've lit up all this as well. All this is lit up, to try and prevent drowns from spawning, which didn't seem to work. So it's like 4 hours wasted on nothing. Yeah, this entire lake area. So everywhere in this little cove area, from sort of, if you look on my map, sort of from where my arrow is pointing now, sort of that direction, down there, sort of where it's pointing now, all this has sort of been powered by conduits in that little area. And there's actually one underneath an ocean monument over there, which happened to be where someone else's base is. And if you swim in the right area, it actually reaches. And yeah, I sort of need to fix up around here, because I've still got a few holes, as you can see. Like, I've got conduit down here. I won't go down because otherwise it'll take me ages to get back up. I just forgot to patch up a hole. I've also fixed up the creeper farm, so hopefully if I light up around it, it should work. And I also lit up a ravine that was blocking it. And I haven't really got much else I've done in this section, except I've done a little, well actually I think I've showed you that, like I sort of fixed up the spawn area project a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean all I've done was put some water around the fence gates to make it look a bit nicer. So I'm now going to head over to my farm project, because I'm going to show you what I've done there, but I'm going to show you sort of a before and after. So I've still got a load from what I did before I started work over there. I'd done some, I copied the world as like a backup, so I've now got before and after. So I'm now going to show you that. I'll be back in a second. So I've just decided to load up a creative, because then I could just fly, and it just makes it a whole lot easier. So it's sort of before. This is what you saw last time I was around here. So it's just a single iron farm, and the only thing different is that I put villagers in these in creative. Like in this version, like I put villagers in. That's the only, obviously this is the creative version, and I did put like village in there on this version because I obviously saved it. But now I have got villagers in there in survival, so that's good. Now it's quite hard to get up. I had like a villager breeder, and then I've sort of dismantled it because it got in the way of one of my holes, so I had to dismantle it, which was a bit of a shame, because I could really use the spawn area village, because that's got no villagers. So I'll maybe remake one day. Now, as you can tell, I've sort of got all this is just walls now, and there's quite a bit of digging out that I have to do. Like you've seen the after, but because a few weeks ago you saw it. So I'm gonna quickly load back the other world, and I'm gonna show you what I've done, because just keep this image in your head. Just look at this now, and just like that, this is the after shot. So this is 1 week's worth of work, and I must say there's so much. So obviously there's quite a lot you've noticed, you've hopefully noticed. So as you can see, I've got the villagers in, I've got the iron farm in. If I look up here, I've got another iron farm. So now this one works as well as this one, so I can get a golem like quite regularly actually. Like I should probably check the villagers up there, because I don't know how they're going to cope, not thunderstorms, and I've had plenty of them digging out these holes. So what I did, I built this first, knowing that it'd produce a whole bunch of iron whilst I'm working on everything else. And I guessed right, because just in the time it took me to dig all these out, I got 3 stacks of iron blocks. Now I have got extra 2.5 stacks, and that's because from mining all these holes out, I got about 12 or 13 stacks of iron ore, and I got a whooping 27 or 28 stacks of coal, or with like a few bits of coal, no not coal, gold, a few bits of lapis. So I mined them all now, and now I've got like 10.5 stacks of coal blocks, which is crazy. So they're sitting at my base currently, and I've also been like resource gathering. I've got a whole bunch of wood, and yeah, on my creative version, I've not designed all these farms. Like, I haven't even dug out all the holes because these ones are the same as them ones, and these two sections are the same as the netherwart farms, which are over there. So I just thought there's no point me building something, wasting hours and hours of production time on something that's exactly the same, just on a bigger scale. And yeah, you're probably wondering, why is this one empty? Why is this one not dug out? And that's because it's going to be a cactus farm, and I just thought it involves sand, so it's easier to build it from the ground down, or from the top to the bottom, rather than from the bottom upwards. So hopefully I'll build this farm soon. I've got haste 2 on the beacon, which is good. And all these holes go down to about, well, these ones go down to about 46. Same for the netherwart farms and these farms over here. This one goes down to level 21. This one probably go down to about level 38. And all the ones over there go down to level 38. So they're not exactly like small. They're quite large holes. And it took me like, one of these holes took about a pickaxe to dig out. So that's like, you know, that gives you a scale on how big this was. And bearing in mind, I'm breaking 3 on my pickaxe. So yeah, 1 entire pickaxe. Now I've also got this area here, which is all like, down here is going to be the storage room, like this, where the items are currently going into. Then this is just like a little walkway that I just wanted to fill in, just for, you know, no random reason. I just wanted it here. And this is going to be where we'll be working today, because, you know, most people, they build their storage room after they've built the farms. I don't see the logic in that. Like, why don't I just build the massive storage system first and then build the farms? Because that means that the storage system will be operating whilst the farms are going. I mean, I would know I won't run out of room. And oh my goodness, I've got 6.5 stacks, nearly. So what I'm going to need to do in here, hopefully by the end of today, I'll have all of this room done. I had a voice crack there, I apologise. The top room's fairly easy, but that won't take long. That's probably where I'll start, in all honesty. And I'll probably start up here, because this won't take long at all. And then the bottom down here, that won't take long, it'll just be like the item sorters. But yeah, I do need to get a whole bunch of glass as well, which I've got. You know what, let's just dive right in. Let's start by getting all the floor in. I think, yeah, let's get all the glass in. Let's get all this block in, the blocks up here, and I'll catch you in a second. Righty, so as you can hear, the golems are dying just above there, and that's actually where they're dying, because that's where the iron farm is. But as you can see, I've placed in all the glass I need, and I've placed in sort of all the flooring for this section. And I think how I'm going to do it, because I've rambled on quite a lot this episode, so I might do this upper section in this episode, and the next episode I might build the lower bit, which is the storage room itself, because I've still got a whole ton of stuff to do. That I've got to actually dig out the area to get down there, and I've still got to decorate that. I've still got to do the walls, the ceiling, and this. So what I might do now is I might actually do the walls, because if I get the walls done, I just make it look a bit nicer. So I'll get all the I'll get the walls in, like just these two sort of main halves here, like this area and this area. Then I'll do them, and then I'll probably work on the ceiling, and then this centre bit to sort of hide up the redstone, and then I'll work on this little section here, because I need a few bits for that, like sea pickles and water and stuff like that. So let's move on to the walls, shall we? Alrighty guys, so I've just finished. I've done the ceiling, and well, actually that's a lie. I haven't done the ceiling because clearly I'm ineligible to fill in these 8 blocks. Now I've done the ceiling, and I've also done the walls, and done a little bit of mob hunting because I just wanted like a little couple-minute break because I put on hard difficulty in an attempt to get as much iron as I can. But I don't think it's working. I mean, I can come down here quickly and yeah, by the looks of things, the difficulty you have it on does not affect like the iron farm rates, so that makes it a lot easier to understand. I mean, I can put it down to easy because I'm on hard right now, and I nearly died. I so nearly died because I was fighting like 2 skeletons, phantoms, a baby zombie, like 2 creepers. I won. I had like half a heart left. I had to run because it was still night time, so I had to run down here, regen some health, and run all the way back here to get some health. Get some health, get some sleep. Now phantoms won't come up after me for a little while more. But I'm going to end this video here because I did spend much of the first half of it rambling. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a big thumbs up and I'll see you all next time. See ya.